What is up guys, Papoy here, bringing you the second part of my syncing and pan crop tutorial of your clips in Adobe After Effects. Now, I've done some fine-tuning of the syncing I showed you in the last part, so if you just preview this so to refresh your memory a bit of what we're doing, and then we can get on to it. Now, I've done some fine-tuning, it's still not perfect, but I couldn't be bothered messing around more with it. So if we get into it, we can just hit Ctrl-Alt-Y to get up a new adjustment layer. And then we can hit Enter to rename it, and rename it to Pan Crop, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm just going to rename it to Pan Crop. And then we can search up Transform and drag that onto there. And then we can go to the beginning of our clip, right about here, I would say, and maybe a bit before actually, like here, and put it up to 110 and keyframe it there. And then as the first shot comes, we can just put it up to 140, so it's scaled up. We're just gonna zoom in a bit, and then as the keyframe of your Twixtor comes up, the middle keyframe, you can just bring it down to 110, and then go to your next shot and bring it up to 135. Now this you can basically copy and paste if you want, if your song is like fairly linear as this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just Control C this, or actually I'm gonna just Control C this. Then I'm gonna go to the next keyframe of my Twixtor, Control V to copy, to paste it, and then just adjust this keyframe so it comes directly as I want it to. Do the same thing here, copy paste it, adjust it so it comes to the right place. And for this part here, I'm gonna do it a bit differently. I'm just gonna up this keyframe to 140 in the scale, and then right about there, I'm just gonna bring it down to 110, and as the part where it speeds up comes, I'm just gonna bring it up to 135, and then bring it down to 110 again. I'm just gonna bring this a bit closer. And then I'm going to go to the next part where it speeds up, bring it up to 135, or actually 140 for this one. Scale it down to 110, and then up to 140 for this one. Actually, I'm going to change this one to 135 since it's a small gap between there, because we wanted to have enough time to go down. And then, as the clip ends, we're just going to set it to 110 again. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these keyframes, right-click, go to Keyframe Assistant and Easy Ease. And then we're going to go to our graph editor, and we're going to mess around with the speed. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do like, there's going to be a smooth line here, then it's going to end in a point. Like a pointy line or whatever, and that we're basically gonna duplicate for each curve, since I find that it looks really good for almost any song, in my opinion, like so, and then just continue doing that for each curve, like so, and maybe adjusting like the base keyframe a bit as well, dragging that out to make it a bit more rounded in the bottom, and dragging that down as well. And here comes the bit tricky part, because sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. You really have to like mess around with it yourself, because otherwise, if you just follow my directions blindly, it might not look perfect every time. So I suggest you, like, when it comes to these, I don't know, small places or small small gaps between each scale or whatever. I suggest you just play around with it a bit yourself to find what works with the song and your clip. But that should be about it. So if you just preview this to see how it looks, and then we can continue with the rotation. How are we doing with the time? 5:26. Okay, got enough time. Alright, almost done with the RAM preview. Alright. Now it doesn't look absolutely perfect. It's quite shady in a bit, some places. So I'm just gonna bring this down to 135, and this down to 135 as well. Alright, so now we're ready to get into the rotation. We're basically gonna do a similar thing with the keyframes, like you reuse the keyframes and stuff. But we're gonna start with having the rotation at -3 or -3. Keyframe it there. Go to our shot. Put it up to 4. And then go to our next shot. Put it down to -4 maybe. And next shot, do the same thing again. Put it to 3. You can put it to like -2 again. You don't have to do it like -3, 3, -3, 3. You can do it however you like, but I just prefer doing it this way. And since it's a tutorial, it's easier to do it this way because it needs less tweaking. So we've just hit U to see our keyframes, and we can move on to the next shot. Bring that to -4, and here comes a bit more tricky part, a bit trickier part with these small gaps in between. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right about there, put it to 3, and then at this point we're gonna put it to 1 actually, and at this point we're gonna put it to -3, I think, or maybe gonna put this one to 3 as well as this one. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the keyframes after that. And then put this one to 0 to finish off the clip. Now, highlight all these keyframes, right click, Easy Ease, and then go to our graph editor, and then we can start playing around with the keyframes. Now, what we wanted to do is we wanted to go fast, slow down, and then go fast again. So then we do it like this. We take the top one, the top line, pull it down, take the bottom one and pull it up, like so. And then we can do the same thing with the other side. Pull the top one down and pull the bottom one up, like that. Now you get like a pointy, like arrowhead shape or whatever, which is perfect for what we want. And then we just do the same thing for each part, like so. You might have to tweak it a bit on your own, because sometimes it can look really shady. I don't really know why, but yeah. And here we come to the part where it's a bit different. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this one down as well as this one, so it goes like voing and then goes back again to finish off to the next clip. And then put it like that, and then speed it up and speed it down. Bam. No, like, oh, now I got confused. God damn it. I think that should look pretty good. Alright, if we preview this, and then I think we're pretty much done. And if you have any more questions, or you want to propose another tutorial for me to do, just leave it in the comment section or send me a personal message, and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. Okay, let's see how this looks. looks pretty good actually. And yeah, as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.